The first contact. Nick Carter rubbed his tired eyes as he stared at the computer screen. It was past midnight at the NASA Deep Space Communications Center, and he had been working for 16 straight hours since the signal arrived. "You need to see this," Lisa Wright said, sliding a tablet across the desk to him. Her normally calm voice had an edge to it. Nick looked down at the waveform patterns. "Is this what I think it is?" "Yes." Lisa nodded, her blonde hair falling across her face. "It's not random. The signal has clear mathematical sequences embedded in it. This is definitely artificial." In the spring of 2130, humanity had been searching the stars for signs of intelligent life for over a century. They had found microbes on Mars and primitive aquatic life on Europa, but never anything that built technology or transmitted signals. Until now. The mysterious transmission had been detected by the Kepler array, Earth's most sensitive radio telescope positioned on the far side of the Moon. It was coming from somewhere near the Andromeda Galaxy, over 2.5 million light-years away. "Have you told the director yet?" Nick asked, scanning through the data. "She's on her way. So is half the government, apparently." Lisa pulled up a chair beside him. "Nick, I think I've isolated part of the message. There's a mathematical key that repeats throughout. I think it's a decryption guide." For the next 3 days, Nick and Lisa barely left the lab. They worked alongside the best linguists, mathematicians, and computer scientists on the planet. Sleep happened in short bursts on cots set up in the corner of the room. Food came in the form of vending machine snacks and endless cups of coffee. On the 4th day, they had their breakthrough. "We got it," Lisa shouted, startling several dozing scientists. The algorithm worked. The main screen flickered to life, displaying a series of symbols that slowly transformed into English words through their translation program. The room fell silent as they read the message. "Attention inhabitants of Sol 3. You have been identified as an emerging technological species. The Galactic Council has determined your species presents unacceptable risk factors for future stability. You are hereby ordered to surrender all advanced weapons technology and submit to Council oversight. Refusal will result in cleansing. You have 1 solar orbit to comply. Further instructions will follow." Director Martinez was the first to speak. "Cleansing? What does that mean?" "Nothing good," Nick said quietly. Within hours, the message was confirmed by other space agencies around the world. Emergency meetings were called at the United Nations. Military forces worldwide went on high alert. The public announcement came 3 days later. Panic spread quickly. Religious groups claimed it was the end times. Conspiracy theorists who had long warned about alien threats felt vindicated. The stock market crashed, then froze. In some cities, riots broke out as people hoarded supplies. In a secure bunker beneath the Rocky Mountains, President Allen met with his national security team. "What options do we have?" he asked grimly. General Rivera cleared her throat. "Sir, it's time to activate Guardian Shield." The others in the room exchanged nervous glances. "Are you sure?" The president looked surprised. "I was told that project was still theoretical." "No, sir," Rivera responded. "Guardian Shield has been operational for 12 years. It was kept at the highest classification level. Only 3 previous presidents knew of its existence." She opened a secure briefcase and removed a small holographic projector. When activated, it displayed images of massive space vessels hidden in asteroid bases throughout the solar system. "Since the meteor wars of 2089, we've been preparing for another potential extinction-level threat," Rivera explained. "Guardian Shield is humanity's insurance policy." The president studied the images, his expression hardening. "So we have teeth after all." "Yes, sir," Rivera said. "And it might be time to show the galaxy that humanity doesn't respond well to threats." As night fell across Earth, few people slept. They looked up at the stars, wondering what was coming for them. But deep beneath the lunar surface, hidden shipyards hummed with activity as dormant warships awakened. Humanity had received its warning. Soon they would deliver one of their own. Fleet Admiral Ethan Ross stood before the emergency assembly of world leaders. The large underground chamber was filled with tension. 50 years of military service had not prepared him for this moment. "Ladies and gentlemen," he began, his voice steady despite the pressure. "What I'm about to share has been kept secret from all but a handful of people until now." The wall behind him transformed into a massive display. It showed images of massive shipyards, hidden within the craters of the moon. For the past 30 years, Earth has been building a defense fleet. We have 27 warships ready for immediate deployment and another 15 in final assembly. Gasps and murmurs filled the room. The Chinese premier stood up. "How was this hidden from the world?" "The program was funded through black budgets across all major nations," Ross explained. "Each country contributed resources, thinking they were funding different classified projects. In reality, all efforts were coordinated." "Who authorized this?" demanded the European Federation president. "The Omega Protocol did," Ross replied. "After the asteroid impact of 2089 that destroyed much of Australia, world leaders secretly agreed humanity needed a unified defense system against cosmic threats. The Guardian Shield program was born. The display changed to show a sleek spacecraft, unlike anything publicly known. This is the EDF Valiant, our most advanced vessel. It's powered by fusion engines and equipped with quantum shield technology. Its main weapon is a gravitational lance that can destabilize matter at the subatomic level." The room fell silent as the implications sank in. "There's more," Ross continued. "We've established bases on Mars, Europa, and within the asteroid belt. We have automated defense platforms throughout the solar system. And most importantly, we've developed a planetary shield system." He pressed a button on his wrist device. The display showed a simulation of energy fields enveloping Earth. When activated, this shield can withstand energy weapons far beyond what we can produce ourselves. It was designed based on theoretical models of advanced alien technology. "How do you know it will work against actual alien weapons?" asked the Indian Prime Minister. "We don't know for certain," Ross admitted. "But our scientists believe it will buy us time. And time is what we need most." Defense Minister Sofia Rodriguez stepped forward. "We've analyzed the alien message thoroughly. The mention of a galactic council suggests multiple species working together. The term cleansing has appeared in other intercepted transmissions. We believe it refers to the complete removal of a species." The room erupted in concerned voices until the Secretary General called for order. "What do you propose, Admiral?" she asked. "We need to respond to their ultimatum," Ross said firmly. "Not with surrender, but with a demonstration of strength. We need to show them that attacking Earth would be costly." He nodded to a young officer who distributed tablets to each leader. "This is our proposed response. It includes coordinates for a demonstration of our capabilities, a targeted strike on an uninhabited asteroid in the Kuiper Belt. We want them to see what we can do without directly threatening them." President Allen studied the proposal. "And if they decide to attack anyway?" "Then we fight," Ross said simply. "The fleet is ready. Our ground-based defenses are online. We've been preparing for this possibility for decades." As the leaders debated, scientists Nick Carter and Lisa Wright were called into the chamber. They had new information about the alien signal. "We've detected multiple new transmissions," Lisa explained. "They're coming from different points in space, all directed toward Earth. We believe these are from individual members of the Council, not just the central authority." "What are they saying?" asked the Secretary General. "That's just it," Nick replied. "They're asking questions about our history, our biology, our social structures. Some sound almost curious, not threatening." Fleet Admiral Ross nodded thoughtfully. "Then perhaps there's an opportunity here, not just for defense but for dialogue, from a position of strength." President Olivia Bennett stood before the global broadcast system. Her dark blue suit was perfectly pressed, but the lines of worry on her face could not be hidden. Every television, phone, and display on Earth showed her image as she prepared to address not just humanity but distant alien watchers, citizens of Earth and members of the Galactic Council. She began, her voice firm despite the weight of the moment. "I speak to you today as the representative of humanity. We have received your message and we have considered your demands." She paused, looking directly into the camera. We refuse to surrender. Earth will not submit to oversight from those who threaten us with cleansing. Instead, we offer a warning of our own. Behind the scenes, technicians at Mission Control activated a special transmitter. It sent the President's message along with data packages showing Earth's military capabilities directly to the coordinates where the alien signal originated. For thousands of years, humanity has fought itself. We have created weapons of terrible power and developed strategies for warfare that have been refined through blood and fire. While we hope to leave such violence behind as we look to the stars, we have never forgotten what we learned. The broadcast included carefully selected footage, fusion bombs detonating, orbital defense platforms, and the Guardian shield fleet emerging from their hidden bases. To demonstrate that our warning is not empty, we have targeted an uninhabited dwarf planet at the edge of our solar system. Please observe. The Guardian shield's flagship, commanded by Admiral Ross, had positioned itself near Pluto. On the President's signal, it fired its gravitational lance. The beam traveled faster than light, a scientific breakthrough that had been kept secret until now. When it struck the small dwarf planet, the effect was immediate and dramatic. The celestial body didn't explode. It imploded, collapsing in on itself in a controlled gravitational crush that reduced it to a fraction of its former size. This weapon could have been aimed at your worlds, President Bennett continued. But we chose an uninhabited target because humanity does not seek war. We seek peace, but peace through strength. The alien response came faster than expected. Within hours, multiple signals reached Earth, displaying various alien beings on screens worldwide. The Council wasn't a unified entity as humans had assumed, but rather a coalition of 7 major species. The Valteri, tall blue-skinned beings with 4 arms, appeared most frequently. Their representative, Supreme Commander Zalvor, addressed Earth directly. Humans, the alien's voice came through translation software. Your demonstration exceeds predicted capabilities by 300%. Our models suggested your civilization was pre-quantum. This is unexpected. A different alien appeared next, a small reptilian creature with bright yellow eyes. I am Elder Sith of the Draken Collective. We voted against the cleansing order. Your resistance confirms our position was correct. More council members appeared, some angry, others curious. The balance of power was shifting before humanity's eyes. Dr. Lisa Wright watched these transmissions with growing excitement. They're divided, she whispered to Nick Carter. Some of them don't want to fight us. Nick nodded. Look at their body language. The tall blue ones, the Valteri, they're nervous. Our gravitational lance shocked them. The final transmission came from all council members together. Their spokesperson, a luminous being that seemed made of light, delivered their message. Humanity of Earth, the Galactic Council acknowledges your warning. The cleansing order is temporarily suspended pending further evaluation. We request a diplomatic meeting in neutral space to discuss terms. President Bennett smiled slightly as she delivered her response. We accept your invitation to meet. We will send representatives, along with an escort of our warships. We come in peace, but we come armed and ready. As the transmission ended, cheers erupted in government buildings worldwide. Humanity had earned itself a chance, not through submission, but through strength and determination. The stars no longer seemed so threatening. Now they were a challenge to be met. Commander Jack Miller didn't trust the peace talks. After 20 years in military intelligence, he knew when something felt wrong. The aliens had backed down too easily. Sir, we've detected unusual radiation signatures in 4 major cities, said Lieutenant Kathy Jones, sliding a tablet across his desk. They match nothing in our database. Jack studied the readings with a frown. How long have they been present? They appeared 3 days after the Council's response to our demonstration. They move around, sir. Jack immediately called an emergency meeting of Earth's newly formed Alien Threat Division. 6 people gathered in the underground bunker beneath Denver, the best minds in counterintelligence from around the world. We have visitors, Jack announced grimly. Covert ones, Dr. Amy Patterson, a brilliant physicist who specialized in quantum detection technology, nodded as if she'd been expecting this. "I've been working on something that might help us." She opened a metal case and removed what looked like ordinary sunglasses. These detect subtle distortions in light around cloaking fields. If the Council sent operatives using stealth technology, these should reveal them. Jack distributed the glasses to field agents worldwide. Within 48 hours, they had their confirmation. Alien spies had infiltrated Earth. Some appeared almost human, with minor surgical modifications. Others used advanced holographic disguises or phase-shifting technology to move unseen. "They're assessing our true capabilities," Jack told President Bennett during their secure briefing. "They don't believe what we showed them represents our full strength." "Does it?" the president asked pointedly. Jack's silence was answer enough. The gravitational lance had been their ace card. Impressive, but far from humanity's only defense. "We need to control what they learn," the president decided. "Feed them enough to keep them cautious, but not enough to reveal our vulnerabilities." The counterintelligence game grew more complex when Dr. Patterson made an unexpected discovery. Not all the aliens were working for the Council. Some appeared to be operating independently. One night, as she worked late in her lab, the air shimmered beside her desk. Amy grabbed her special glasses and pointed a prototype detection device at the distortion. "I know you're there," she said calmly. "You might as well show yourself." The air rippled, and a slender being appeared. It stood on 2 legs but had 4 arms like the Valteri. Unlike the blue-skinned Council representatives, this alien had purple skin with silver markings. "I am Tazaral," the alien said through a translation device. "I come not as an enemy, but as a warning." Over the next hour, Tazaral revealed shocking information. The Council wasn't a benevolent governing body. It was a tyrannical regime that had cleansed dozens of developing civilizations over thousands of years. Any species that showed potential to challenge Council authority was eliminated before it could reach the stars. "Your demonstration surprised them," Tazaral explained. "Most species are destroyed before developing such weapons, but many in the Council still believe you're bluffing, that you showed your only advanced technology." "Why are you telling us this?" Amy asked. "Because my people, the Navari, were nearly cleansed 3 centuries ago. We survive only as refugees and slaves. There are many species like us who would ally with Earth against the Council." Jack and his team verified Tazral's story through careful investigation. They discovered other hidden aliens with similar tales. A network formed, a secret alliance between humans and oppressed alien species. "We need to move carefully," Jack advised the World Leadership Council. "For every alien helping us, there are 3 Council spies watching our every move." The game of shadows continued as Earth prepared for the diplomatic meeting. In secure facilities around the world, alien allies shared knowledge of Council tactics and technology. Earth's intelligence agencies formed a unified command to track and monitor Council operatives. "They're watching us," Jack told his team. "But now, we're watching them too." The alarm blared through the Mars colony at 400 Earth Standard Time. Red warning lights flashed in every corridor of the underground settlement. "This is not a drill," announced Colony Director Frank Porter over the emergency system. "All civilians, to shelter zones immediately. Defense personnel to stations." On the command deck, satellite feeds showed what they all feared: alien ships entering Mars orbit. Not the diplomatic vessels they had been expecting, but warships with weapons powered and ready. "Council vessels confirmed," reported the sensor officer. 7 ships, destroyer class. Energy readings indicate weapons hot. The first attack came without warning. Energy beams sliced through the colony's communication array, cutting off their direct link to Earth. Secondary explosions followed, targeting the colony's defense batteries. "They're testing us," Porter realized. "This isn't an invasion, it's a probing attack." Back on Earth, the emergency signal from Mars flashed on screens at Defense Command. Admiral Ross immediately activated the response plan they had prepared for this scenario. "Get me Captain Hayes," he ordered. Captain Samantha Hayes was already moving her ship into position when the call came. Her vessel, the EDF Intrepid, was hidden in Deimos, one of Mars's small moons. 2 other ships of Earth's stealth fleet were concealed nearby, waiting for her command. Council forces have initiated hostile action against Mars Colony, she informed. Her crew. This is what we trained for. Prepare for immediate engagement. The Intrepid's engines powered up silently. Advanced stealth technology, developed from research into light-bending materials, made the ship nearly invisible to conventional sensors. 2 sister ships, the Defiant and the Resolute, moved into flanking positions. Attack pattern Delta, Hayes ordered. Target their engines and weapon systems only. This is a defensive action. Let's show restraint but make our point clear. The Council ships never detected Earth's vessels until it was too late. The Intrepid struck first, firing precision quantum torpedoes that disabled the engines of the lead alien destroyer. As the Council ships scrambled to respond, the Defiant and Resolute emerged from stealth, targeting weapon systems with surgical precision. They're breaking formation, reported Lieutenant Dan Wilson, tactical officer on the Intrepid. 2 ships are retreating. 3 are disabled. 2 are still combat capable. Broadcast on all frequencies, Hayes ordered. Council vessels, this is Captain Samantha Hayes of Earth Defense Force. Your unprovoked attack on our Mars colony constitutes an act of war. Withdraw immediately or face destruction. The response came quickly. More energy beams, now directed at Hayes's ships. The Resolute took a direct hit, but its shields held. They've made their choice, Hayes said grimly. All ships execute Attack Plan Omega. What followed was a demonstration of tactical superiority that shocked the Council forces. Earth ships moved in perfect coordination, using Mars' moons and the planet's gravitational field to execute maneuvers the aliens couldn't match. The stealth technology allowed Hayes's ships to disappear and reappear at will, striking from unexpected vectors. Within 20 minutes, all 7 Council vessels were disabled. Status report, Hayes demanded. Mars colony reports minimal casualties. 4. Injured, no deaths. Their life support systems remain functional. Our fleet reports minor damage to the Resolute's shield emitters. The Defiant and Intrepid are undamaged. Hayes nodded with satisfaction. Launch boarding parties. I want prisoners and their ship computers. As Earth Marines secured the alien vessels, Hayes received a transmission from Admiral Ross. Council forces are retreating across the system, he reported. Their forward operating base in the asteroid belt has been abandoned. You've won the first battle of this war, Captain. It wasn't much of a battle, sir, Hayes replied. They underestimated us severely. That's exactly what we wanted, Ross said with a tight smile. The intelligence we're gathering from their ships will be invaluable, and the message is clear. Humanity can defend its territory. On the Council's command ship light years away, Supreme Commander Zalvor received the news of the defeat with shocked disbelief. Impossible, he whispered. These humans are more dangerous than we imagined. Ryan Chen adjusted his formal diplomatic uniform as the Earth ship approached the neutral meeting location. After 15 years in the diplomatic corps, he never imagined his most important mission would be negotiating with aliens, especially aliens who had tried to destroy a human colony just weeks earlier. We're approaching Ceres Station, the pilot announced. Council representatives and delegations from 7 non-council species are already docked. Ryan nodded, reviewing his notes one final time. The data captured from the Council ships at Mars had revealed a stunning truth. Dozens of alien civilizations lived under Council rule, many against their will. Some had been partially cleansed, their military capabilities destroyed, their populations reduced, their governments replaced with Council puppets. Remember, said Admiral Ross, who accompanied the diplomatic team, our goal isn't just peace with the Council. It's to build alliances with other species who might support us. The Earth delegation docked at the repurposed asteroid base. Security teams went ahead using Dr. Patterson's detection devices to sweep for threats before Ryan entered the grand meeting chamber. The room was filled with aliens of all descriptions, some humanoid, others wildly different from any Earth life form. Welcome, humans of Earth, greeted a tall, crystalline being whose body seemed to shimmer with internal light. I am Ambassador Crystal of the Lumina. We will facilitate this neutral gathering. Ryan stepped forward. Thank you for your hospitality. I am Ryan Chen, representing Earth and all human colonies. The council representatives sat at one end of the large circular table, 7 different species that controlled hundreds of worlds. They watched Ryan with cold calculation. The Valteri representative, Zalvor, still seemed angry about the Mars battle. More interesting to Ryan were the other delegations, species that had suffered under council rule. Some showed clear signs of fear, glancing nervously at the council members. Others displayed quiet defiance. Before formal negotiations begin, Ryan announced, Earth wishes to make a proposal to all gathered species, not just the council. This caused a stir. It wasn't in the agreed protocol. Council members shifted uncomfortably. Earth proposes the formation of a new alliance, one based on mutual respect and self-determination for all intelligent species. We call it the Liberty Coalition. Ryan activated a holographic display showing Earth's vision, a cooperative network of independent worlds, sharing technology and resources while maintaining their cultural identity and sovereignty. Humanity has no desire to rule others or to be ruled, Ryan continued. We believe in freedom for ourselves and for all of you. The chamber erupted in multiple alien languages. Council members pounded the table in protest. But Ryan noted with satisfaction that many other species were nodding or making their equivalent gestures of agreement. A small, fuzzy being with 6 limbs approached Ryan. I am Speaker Zorla of the Prill. My world was conquered by the Council 3 generations ago. We would hear more of this Liberty Coalition. One by one, representatives from subjugated species approached the human delegation. The breakthrough came when Tazaral, now openly representing the Navari refugees, pledged their support. The Navari were nearly wiped out for developing faster-than-light travel independent of Council technology, Tazaral announced. We join with humans to ensure no other species faces extinction for the crime of advancement. By the end of the 3-day conference, 5 species had formally allied with Earth. 4 others expressed interest but feared Council retaliation. The Council itself, facing unexpected resistance, was forced to moderate its position. We will continue discussions, Zalvor said stiffly. The cleansing order remained suspended pending further evaluation. As Ryan prepared to depart, Admiral Ross pulled him aside. You've accomplished something remarkable here. These alliances could change everything. Ryan watched as their new allies shared technical information with Earth scientists. Details about Council weapons, shield frequencies, and tactical weaknesses.
This isn't just about survival anymore, Ryan said quietly. It's about creating something better than what came before. A galaxy where power doesn't equal right. As Earth's ship departed Ceres, messages flowed between the newly formed coalition
members. For the first time, the Council faced organized resistance, and at its center stood humanity, once targeted for cleansing, now poised to reshape galactic politics forever. Admiral Kelly Martinez stood on the bridge of the EDF Defender, Earth's largest warship, as it emerged from hyperspace near Alpha Centauri. The tactical display showed hundreds of ships. The largest fleet battle in human history was about to begin. All ships reporting ready, Admiral, said her first officer, Commander Joe Wilson. Liberty Coalition forces are in position. Kelly nodded, her face calm despite the tension building in her chest. 6 months of preparation had led to this moment. After the Mars attack, the Council had been building up forces for what they called final pacification of Earth. Intelligence from their alien allies showed the Council planned to strike in force, hoping to overwhelm Earth's defenses before the Liberty Coalition could grow stronger. We won't wait for them to attack our home, Kelly had argued in the War Council. We'll meet them here at their forward staging area. Now, looking at the massive Council armada assembled near Alpha Centauri's outer planets, she knew they had chosen correctly. This would be humanity's first major offensive action. Open channel to all coalition ships, Kelly ordered. Her message would go to not just Earth vessels, but also to ships from the Navari, Prill, Soran, and other allied species. This is Admiral Martinez. Today we fight not just for Earth, but for freedom throughout the galaxy. Each of us has suffered under council tyranny. Today, we show them the cost of threatening free worlds. Good hunting. The council fleet detected them almost immediately. Massive dreadnoughts turned toward the coalition forces, weapon systems powering up. The council admiral's message was brief and arrogant. Rebellious species, surrender now and your cleansing will be swift and merciful. Kelly's reply was even shorter. Begin Operation Thunderstrike. What followed shocked the council commanders. Instead of forming a traditional battle line, the coalition fleet split into dozens of smaller battle groups. Earth ships, using their advanced stealth technology, vanished from sensors only to reappear behind enemy lines. Navari vessels, known for their speed, executed hit-and-run attacks that confused council targeting systems. Kelly watched the battle unfold according to their carefully crafted strategy. Humanity had studied warfare for centuries. Though they lacked the council's advanced technology, they made up for it with superior tactics. Focus fire on their command ships, Kelly ordered, as the defender engaged a council dreadnought. Their fleet structure is hierarchical. They don't function well when leadership is disrupted. The battle raged for hours. Coalition ships took heavy damage. The Saran cruiser Lightbringer sacrificed itself to destroy a council weapons platform that threatened the coalition's flank. Captain Frank Wells of the EDF Dauntless held off 3 enemy destroyers despite severe damage to his vessel. Admiral, council forces are falling back to secondary positions, reported Tactical Officer Linda Garcia. Their formation is breaking down. Kelly leaned forward. Now's our chance. All ships, execute Phase 2. The Coalition's reserve forces, hidden until this moment, emerged from behind Alpha Centauri's third planet. Led by Captain Samantha Hayes, hero of the Mars defense, they struck the disorganized council fleet from an unexpected vector. We've breached their command ship's shields, Hayes reported over the comm. Boarding teams away, Marines from Earth, and their Navari allies stormed the council flagship. Fighting was intense, but within 30 minutes they secured the vessel. The council admiral, a Valtteri named Gorlax, was captured alive. As news of the flagship's fall spread through the council fleet, more ships began to surrender or retreat. By the battle's end, the coalition had destroyed or captured nearly half the council armada. The rest fled through hyperspace, abandoning their forward base. Kelly finally allowed herself a small smile as damage reports came in. Losses had been heavy. 23 coalition ships destroyed, dozens more damaged. But they had won a victory that would change the galaxy. Send word to Earth and all coalition worlds, she ordered. The council fleet is defeated. Alpha Centauri is secured. As coalition ships began rescue operations, saving even enemy crew, members from damaged vessels, Kelly gazed out at the battlefield. This victory wouldn't end the war, but it had shown the galaxy something important. The species the council had dismissed as primitive had just delivered their first major defeat. They thought we would be easy to cleanse, Kelly murmured. They were wrong. The massive council chambers looked nothing like they had 6 months earlier. Where once 7 species had ruled with absolute authority, now representatives from over 30 worlds sat in a great circle. Humans took their place among them, neither dominant nor submissive, simply equals in the newly formed Galactic Assembly. President Olivia Bennett stood to address the gathering. The journey from Earth's defiant warning to this historic moment had cost thousands of lives, but the galaxy had changed forever. 1 year ago, Earth received a message threatening our extinction, she began. Today we gather not as conquerors or conquered, but as partners in a new galactic future. The former council races, those who had survived the conflict, sat in subdued silence. Their empire had collapsed with surprising speed after the Battle of Alpha Centauri. As news of the council's defeat spread, rebellions erupted across dozens of worlds. Oppressed species inspired by the Liberty Coalition's success rose up against their rulers. We do not seek revenge, President Bennett continued. Earth remembers its own history too well, how hatred breeds more hatred, how victors can become the very tyrants they overthrew. Instead, we seek justice and reconciliation. The new charter was signed that day. Every world would maintain its sovereignty. Technology would be shared for peaceful purposes. A mutual defense pact would ensure no species could threaten another with cleansing again. Lieutenant Ben Wilson wasn't at the ceremony. The young officer had been assigned to explore the abandoned council archives on their former capital world. What he discovered there would rewrite galactic history. "Sir, you need to see this," Ben told Admiral Ross via secure communication. "I've found records dating back thousands of years." The archives revealed a stunning truth. The council hadn't always been tyrannical. It had begun as a peaceful alliance, much like the one forming now. But fear had corrupted it. After encountering a hostile advanced species, now long extinct, the original council had grown paranoid about emerging civilizations. They became what they feared, Ben explained as he showed the ancient records to Earth's leaders. They started preemptive cleansing to protect themselves from potential threats. Even more surprising were records about Earth itself. The council had been watching humanity for centuries, debating whether humans should be cleansed. What had saved Earth time and again was disagreement within the council. Some had argued that humanity's creativity and resilience made them valuable potential allies, not threats. They were right about that much, Ryan Chen remarked as he studied the reports. 3 months after the signing ceremony, humans and their allies made another incredible discovery. In a sealed vault beneath the council capital, they found technology far more advanced than anything the council had used. "This isn't council tech," Dr. Amy Patterson confirmed after studying the artifacts. "This appears to be from a much older civilization, possibly the precursors who built the hyperspace lanes." The discovery suggested a cycle of rise and fall stretching back millions of years. Civilizations had reached the stars, flourished, and either destroyed themselves or evolved beyond physical form. "We have a choice now," Admiral Ross said during the final strategy meeting on Earth. "We can use this technology to ensure our military dominance, or we can share it with all species for peaceful advancement." The decision wasn't difficult. Earth had seen enough of war. 1 year to the day after receiving the Council's threat, humanity broadcast a new message to the galaxy. To all spacefaring civilizations, and those yet to reach for the stars, Earth stands as a guardian of galactic peace. We remain armed and ready to defend freedom, but we extend an open hand of friendship to all who wish to join us in exploration and discovery. The age of cleansing is over. The age of cooperation has begun. As the message traveled outward at light speed, ships from a dozen worlds gathered around Earth in a ceremonial flyby. Among them was the EDF Defender, now commanded by Captain Samantha Hayes, and vessels from species that had once been bitter enemies. Lieutenant Ben Wilson, recently promoted for his discoveries, watched from the observation deck of Earth's new space station. Beyond the assembled ships, the stars shimmered with possibility. "We almost didn't make it," said Dr. Lisa Wright, joining him at the viewport. Ben nodded. "But we did. And we didn't just survive, we helped build something better." Together they watched as the first joint exploration mission departed for the galactic core, carrying scientists from 20 species. Humanity's warning had been heard, but it was humanity's vision that was changing the galaxy.